In the present case, the SAF terrexes were transiting in Hong Kong, one of the world's busiest and most established transshipment points. They were in transit on board the ship when they were ordered to be offloaded by the Hong Kong authorities and detained. The legal position is that the SAF terrexes and other equipment detained in Hong Kong are the property of the Singapore government. They are protected by sovereign immunity, even though they were being shipped by commercial carriers. This means that they are immune from any measures of constraint abroad. They cannot legally be detained or confiscated by other countries. This principle is well established under international law, and we are advised by lawyers that it is also the law in Hong Kong SAR. Accordingly, the Singapore government has asserted our sovereign rights over the SAF's terrexes. We have informed the Hong Kong government on several occasions over the last 2 months, both through lawyers and our Consul General in Hong Kong, that the detained terrexes and other equipment belonging to the government of Singapore and are therefore immune from any measures of constraint. Accordingly, we have requested the Hong Kong authorities to return our property immediately. Prime Minister Lee has also written to Chief Executive C.Y. Leong of Hong Kong on this matter to reiterate the same message. The Hong Kong authorities have responded that the investigation is ongoing and will take some time to complete, and that the Hong Kong government will handle the matter in accordance with their laws. Singapore welcomes this response.
Singapore has been a long-term, reliable, and consistent friend of China. And I say this not in a facetious way, but I say this because we believe that a rising China, a strong China, one that is deeply engaged with the rest of the world and economically integrated, is one that brings enormous benefits. If you look at it from a historical point of view, never before in history have hundreds of millions of people been raised from abject poverty into an opportunity now where they can enjoy the prospect of being in the middle class and consuming at the middle class. This is an enormous achievement of China in the last 70 years. Secondly, this emergence of China as both a manufacturing, a service, and a consumption hub provides enormous opportunities to the rest of the world. If you look at the way Southeast Asia and even Singapore has progressed over the last 70 years since the end of the World War, there were several critical ingredients to this. One is that we had peace and stability. 2, we had international law. 3, we've had reasonably free trade. And these have been ingredients for us all to achieve progress, to achieve prosperity without war, without conflict. So look against this light. We must welcome a rising China, a stronger China, an economically more integrated China. And we have to focus on the opportunities whilst at the same time recognizing that there will be issues to resolve from time to time. Now, this is where we have to learn to take things in our stride. We are a tiny city-state. We are a multiracial society, and we are located in the center of Southeast Asia. These circumstances are permanent. What this means, and I said it earlier, is that from time to time, other countries, big countries, will place expectations. Quite frankly, sometimes they will put pressure on us because they want us to completely align ourselves with their interests. And this is where we sometimes, from time to time, have to courteously, respectfully, defer and remind everyone, big or small, that please let Singapore be Singapore. We may be small, but we are an independent, sovereign nation. We have our own permanent interests. We want to maintain our independence. We want to have as many friends as possible. We cannot be at the beck and call or act at the behest of any single superpower. Let us be ourselves. And if that means from time to time I have to have a difference with you, so be it. But I'm not against you. I am completely in support of your rise.